It was a bright morning in Tampa, Florida, inside the courthouse where routine cases typically unfolded without much fanfare. Pam Bondi, the former Florida Attorney General turned seasoned attorney, walked into the courtroom with her usual confidence. Tailored suit crisp, stride purposeful, and around her neck, a dazzling necklace. It was an elegant piece, studded with sparkling stones that caught the light with every step. She was there for a mundane hearing, a business dispute she could argue in her sleep. But what she didn't know yet was that this day was about to turn into a legal showdown for the ages. Judge Prescott was presiding that morning. Known for his iron-fisted control and disdain for anything he deemed a distraction in his courtroom, he locked eyes on Pam the moment she approached the defense table. Not on her face, but on that necklace. The faint hum of the room fell silent, and a thick tension settled in. Prescott adjusted his glasses, leaned forward, and barked in a sharp tone. "Ms. Bondi, that necklace you're wearing is unacceptable in my courtroom. It disrupts the solemnity of this space. Remove it now, or I'll fine you for violating decorum." The room froze. Spectators exchanged stunned glances, the clerk held his breath, and even the bailiff seemed rooted in place. Pam Bondi didn't flinch. She set her briefcase down calmly, crossed her arms, and replied with a measured smile, "Your Honor, with all due respect, this necklace is no more disruptive than a gold watch or a loud tie. If we're talking decorum, maybe we should discuss fairness in this room before judging my jewelry." Prescott's eyes narrowed. He wasn't used to being challenged, especially not with such poise. "Ms. Bondi, I decide what's appropriate here. Take it off, or I'm fining you $500 for contempt." Pam didn't budge. Instead, she tilted her head slightly and said, "Fine, Your Honor. But before you write that fine, I'd like my response on the record." Prescott smirked, glancing at the clock as if eager to move on. "Go ahead, but don't waste my time with nonsense." What he didn't realize was that Pam Bondi never wasted time, and she wasn't about to let anyone trample her rights. She opened her briefcase and pulled out a single, neatly folded sheet of paper. Unfolding it with deliberate slowness, she let the suspense build before starting. "Your Honor, you claim this necklace violates courtroom decorum, but what legal basis are you relying on? Do the rules of this court empower a judge to penalize an attorney for jewelry that doesn't interfere with proceedings?" Prescott opened his mouth to retort, but Pam didn't give him the chance. "Let me enlighten you. The First Amendment protects personal expression, including what we wear, as long as it doesn't disrupt justice. Tinker v. Des Moines, 1969, the Supreme Court ruled that constitutional rights don't stop at the doors of a public institution. This necklace doesn't shout, it doesn't speak, it doesn't distract anyone, except, apparently, you." A murmur rippled through the room. The court reporter typed furiously, capturing every word. Prescott, visibly irritated, slammed his fist on the bench. "This isn't a soapbox for your law lectures, Ms. Bondi. I maintain authority here." Pam raised an eyebrow. "Your authority, yes, but not above the Constitution. Allow me to continue. Church of Lukumi Babaluaya versus City of Hialeah, 1993. The Supreme Court reaffirmed that arbitrary restrictions on personal expression are invalid without a clear, legitimate interest. What's the interest here, Your Honor? Does my necklace threaten order? Where's the evidence?" The judge straightened, his cheeks flushing slightly. He fumbled for words, but Pam pressed on. "If you want local precedent, let's look at Florida's own state visas Johnson, 2001. A judge banned a defendant from wearing a personal symbol, and that ruling was overturned as arbitrary. So tell me, Your Honor, why does my necklace deserve a fine when attorneys wear pins, watches, or cufflinks without a word from you?" The room was electric now. Spectators held their breath, and even Pam's client, a local businessman seated behind her, cracked a grin. Prescott tried to regain control. "Ms. Bondi, if I allow this, where's the line? Extravagant outfits, noisy accessories." Pam cut in with a hint of sarcasm. "Extravagant? Your Honor, this is an elegant necklace, not a Mardi Gras float. And if you're worried about precedent, remind me, did you ever ban Mr. Collins' red bow tie last year, or Mr. Rivera's solid gold watch? Why me? Why today?" The silence that followed was deafening. Prescott's fingers tapped nervously on his desk, searching for an escape. Pam set her paper down and crossed her arms. "If you uphold this fine, I'll appeal it before you leave this bench today. And I'm sure the press would love the headline, 'Tampa Judge Fines Attorney for Sparkly Necklace.' Do you really want that kind of spotlight, Your Honor?" Prescott stared at her for a long moment, his lips tight. Then, in a low, grudging voice, he muttered, "The fine is suspended, for now. Let's move to the main case." Pam gave a subtle smile, adjusted her dazzling necklace, and said, "Thank you, Your Honor. I'm ready." But it didn't end there. As she left the courtroom, a local reporter who'd witnessed the clash approached her. "Ms. Bondi, that was incredible. Are you taking this public?" She met his gaze squarely. "It's not about publicity. It's about principle. If a judge can fine me for a necklace, what stops another from silencing an attorney for their opinions or a citizen for their beliefs? It starts small, but it ends big. By the next day, the story broke wide open. Pam Bondi defies judge over necklace and wins. Social media erupted, lawyers debated, and Prescott's name became a cautionary tale he'd never live down. Pam kept wearing her dazzling necklace, a symbol not just of her style, but of her tenacity. Because in that courtroom, it wasn't just the jewelry that shone, it was her legal mastery, brilliant and unstoppable.